Well, if you're wondering, this is the world according to TikTok. My name's Morgan, and this is going to be about the housing crisis in the US, specifically the mortgage increases. So, we're just going to go ahead and get started with this one.
My mortgage went up $1,000 and I am not okay. So let me tell you guys, for the longest time, people be screaming from the hilltop.
Wait a minute. Okay, we're not just going to glide past that. She said $1,000. Now, I know a lot of you have already seen this video, so I'm going to go ahead and let it play all the way through. I have seen it. But $1,000 is so much for it to just increase. Like,
Home ownership is not it. Like, don't rush, don't rush. And I will just be like, I don't understand it because I'm literally chilling. Like, cheaper than rent. I was bamboozled. So, let me tell y'all what they do not tell y'all about real estate. So, they do an analysis every year from, at least with the mortgage that I got, right? And so they did an analysis, and basically my mortgage increased by $1,000. And I asked them why. And they were like, something about my house is a new build. And so I guess they charged me for the taxes when it was just the land for 2 years. Then after year two, they add the taxes with the house actually on it. And they were like, yeah, your builder is supposed to tell you. They didn't. They didn't. And so I asked them, can I sell the house?
I just don't know why they're not informing people of this because I see so many people now just going the route of building their own home thinking it's going to be cheaper. And now we're starting to see it might not be depending on the situation that you're in or how they explain everything. That is a key thing that I'm starting to notice with all of these videos, and you'll see too.
And they were like, there's no equity in it. You guys see me smiling, but come next month, I'm literally going to be in tears because $1,000 extra a month, I legit want to move back home and live with my parents. But I don't have that option. I'm sick. I'm sick. Honestly, don't buy a house if you're single. Like, buy a house when there's two incomes coming in because, baby, you gonna need it. My mortgage went up $1,000.
So this is the stitch incoming for this video. I just want to say that it is insane for your mortgage to go up at all. Like, just the thought of, oh, my mortgage can increase at all is a little bit scary, but for it to go up $1,000 is just OD, and we don't need to do it. It's way too much. It's ridiculous. I really don't understand why they're doing this to people and not giving them the ins and outs. So let's see what this person has to say.
And I am not okay. So let me tell you.
If you haven't, please go watch the rest of her video because this is the warning that I give to so many people who go out and purchase these new construction homes. If you go watch the rest of her video, she talked about how her mortgage payment went up $1,000 because of her property taxes. And that's what a lot of these real estate agents, these realtors, do not tell you when you're going out and shopping for these new construction homes because you're not even thinking about it. When it comes to new construction, please understand that the property taxes have not been set for that property because it's a property that never existed.
Which makes sense, but it still doesn't negate the fact that not everybody is ready for that expense, especially if they're not being told this information prior to purchasing the home. So, I would be so frustrated if I bought a home and didn't know that this was the outcome just a short couple years later, only because I put a house on the land. Like, that's what you're expected to do. That's the whole point. Never mind. Leave me a comment down below if you knew this and this is just like, oh girl, you should have already known, or if you're like, what, that's news to me too. Because honestly, before I did a lot of research for this video, that was news to me, and that's so frustrating.
So your monthly payment is never really your monthly payment until the new year. Hence why my wife and I stayed away from new construction when we were on the market.
Now, I just saw a clip of a woman explaining how her mortgage had went up by like thousands, or maybe it was just $1,000, right? And then a man popped his ass on the screen talking about some, oh, I thought you was an independent woman. I thought you didn't need no man. With all due respect, stuff like that is not necessary, and that doesn't progress into making things better.
Exactly. I'm gonna let him finish, but he's so right. It doesn't help the situation because I saw that video too. I didn't include it here because it was just way too much negativity, but it doesn't help progress the situation of, oh, well, you're a strong, independent woman. You can just go pay for it yourself if you want to spew out that narrative. And it's just like, nobody said that this was right, fair, just, or the way that things should be just because I'm strong, independent, and a woman. Like, you just sound like you can't afford it and you're mad because you're not in the same situation as this woman. So let's see what he has to say. Let's see. He is speaking a lot of truth right now, and I really enjoy it.
Body, man or woman, whose mortgage went up by 1,000, 5,000, whatever the number, $300 would have an issue with that and want to complain. Now, my mortgage went up and went up by $3, so I'm not going to sit up here and complain. I can do that. But in reality, there's some things where we as people expose ourselves and we expose how hurt we are because we try to point the finger and make something seem like it's a gender issue, when in reality, anybody who's sitting up here working, trying to make something out of themselves, if a bill had increased by $500, $300, $1,000, you are going to feel some type of way. But to sit up there and make that comment trying to make it seem like, oh, you need a man to help pay your bills, it's doing a little too much.
Exactly. Like, there's no need for all of that. We don't need to put each other down just because we feel like we are entitled to what that person has because we worked hard, or we're entitled to that opinion because we just want to say, you're a woman and this is what you get for trying to think you're independent. Excuse me, I need a place to live and I can afford to buy a house. So I don't understand why anybody would get upset if, when it comes to that thought process, it's like nobody was trying to say that they don't want a man. They're just doing, we honestly, we could just do what men can do for us now, for ourselves. So if you don't have anything else to offer, just say that. So I like what that young man had to say. And this is going to be a video that shows a low income townhome in the United States that's 500,000, and it's just ridiculous what they expect people to pay for. Townhome? Like, I'm not saying it's not bad. Like, the windows are nice. It's got some nice fixtures. I see some upgrades in there. But look at this. Yeah. Oh, okay. 500,000? I mean, yeah, that's nice, but no more than 280. And even 280 is pushing it. I have been not brainwashed, but like, I live in the society that you all live in, so I understand that homes are just ridiculously priced now, but that for 500,000? Wow, what are they doing?
Yeah, so update on this. Our landlord said that if we met him in person every month and paid him fully in cash, he wouldn't raise our rent. So we turned it down.
Of course.
We resigned, but just ate the cost.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to...
Yeah, that's very sketchy behavior, and you did the right thing.
This humbly in hopes that I inspire someone on this Tuesday morning. My biggest flex in life right now is that, baby, I work a corporate job, but I live in a $900 apartment.
Oh, where? Okay, first off, is it because you live in a $900 apartment in like Missouri? Like, where are you living? That's the question. And how? I mean, inquiring minds would like to know, because I'm paying way too much for rent if that's the case.
In the city.
In the city?
A woman said,
I should have let her cook. In the city? Okay. That's, wow. What are we doing? I have my cat here. I have my cats. I don't know what we're doing wrong. I don't know. I never thought that I could live above my means when renting, unless I got something that was like a skyrise. Living above your means on the second floor of an apartment building is kind of wild, but whatever. I understand, because the best thing you can do is, what is the lifestyle inflation, not do lifestyle inflation. And that was something that I learned before going to college that really helped me out. But here I am still renting, trying to find a home. But it's kind of hard out here to find something that is decent. It really is. But, she's right. Live below your means and save up.
She's exhausted by the fact that she can't afford rent even though she's cut back on eating.
There's a woman on TikTok who is going viral right now because her rent went from $1,300 to $1,800 a month with no warning. That is a significant amount of money for your rent.
$1,800? That is a $500 rent increase. Are they kidding me? What are they doing? There better be some crazy amenity upgrades. There better be something. There has to be something, right? I don't understand why they think they can ask this of. It's insane because my rent did increase as well. We're trying to decide if we want to stay because the rent increased already, and it's the same place. Insane.
Increase to the point where that would make or break somebody's ability to pay rent. Landlords and corporations are continuing to price gouge and not care about the well-being of their tenants.
We need rent stabilization. This is just another reason why I don't understand that places like, I've heard in New York they have rent stabilization laws. We need them here. Matter of fact, we need them in all of the United States because there's no reason why they should be able to increase rent at the rate that they're increasing it, and then increase mortgages at the rate that they're increasing it, and then we're not getting an increase in pay. We're having to start 1, 2, 3 YouTube channels, have a regular job, a part-time job. I mean, maybe I'm just projecting, but
customers or anybody, because it's all about money at this point. I would recommend that this girl see if she can find a cheaper place, but with the increase of rent, is that possible? I have no idea. It is going to take a lot of work to get out of that situation. She's either going to have to get a second job if she doesn't already have one, or scrape up some funds to figure out if she can move to a cheaper place, get a bunch of roommates. I mean, none of it is ideal. $500 could prevent you from saving money monthly too, which is something that I come on here and preach about. Taking your savings, putting it into a high yield savings or a compound interest account, watching your money grow. How are we supposed to do that?
I agree. It's really hard to do that if you were counting on that $500 to be a part of your savings account versus spending it on rent that you probably already were feeling like you couldn't afford, let's be honest. And so now it's just even more unaffordable, unattainable, and outright, it just, at the very least, it's annoying. At the very least, it's annoying.
It's $500 increasing in rent. Like, that's insane. I would love for people to just stop being selfish and let people live their.
It's been headline news for the last few years that rental prices have just been going up and up all across the country, and especially in different cities like New York and San Francisco. And everybody wants to know, why do rental rates keep going up?
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to tell you why, and it's your fault. Yes.
Okay, I put this one in here on purpose, and now I remember why. Because some of these I do watch beforehand a little bit, but I don't watch them all the way through, so it could be a real reaction. Now, he's talking about these. So when I said that there better be some amenities that are increased in addition to these rent increases, like if you're going to increase my rent, I need to have some amenities that are good. This is what he's talking about. He's talking about repairs. Now, in my experience, everything he's about to say comes from the deposit. I put a deposit as well, sir. Wasn't just the rent.
Absolutely your fault. Because if you're a tenant and you don't pay your rent on time, and you leave a house looking like this, a total disaster. You tear up people's homes, their flooring, the walls, got dog and cat feces all over the house.
The deposit.
Well, guess what? People have to pay to get that clean.
The
They
deposit.
have to pay to get the flooring replaced. They have to pay to get the house repainted. All of this stuff is a cost to the landlord.
Okay.
Not to mention we got to pay lawyers for an eviction, and we got to evict you. And so you're scratching your head wondering, why do rental prices keep going up? Because the landlords still have to pay their mortgages. The banks don't care at all. They don't give a damn about why you're late. We're still on the hook and still responsible for making sure that mortgage gets paid.
Okay, so if you're still responsible for getting the mortgage paid, then why do we have to pay for any differences that come from any lapses in time? There's so much wrong with this that I'm not even. Comment below if you see what's wrong with everything he's saying, because he's coming from obviously a landlord standpoint, and he's not even really telling any full truths, because everywhere I've ever lived, I had to put a deposit, and I don't know if I've ever actually gotten a check back. They always say, oh, we had to do this or do that, and we're going to use your money to do it. So not only did I pay the high rent, but I also forfeited my deposit, because you're not giving it back. You're doing everything in your power to fix up this apartment for the next person so that you can rent it out again and at a higher rate. And you want us to be the ones responsible for that because you decided to be a landlord. That sounds like a you problem. It sounds like you need to work on your management skills and figure out how to find and vet people who could actually pay on time instead of charging them more rent just to make sure that you can cover a couple of extra months of mortgage because you're not sure if they're going to pay on time. It sounds like you don't know how to do your job.
And now as a landlord, you start to build a lack of trust. So now you don't want to put somebody in your home who might have lower credit scores, who might be lower income and actually need affordable housing. Ultimately, you've been burned, you've been scarred. So now you have to protect yourself and protect your assets. So now I need a higher credit score, I need a larger deposit, I'm not allowing any pets, and now you want to know why rental prices are going up. It's your fault.
So it can't be my fault if you're trying to protect yourself. It sounds like it's your thing that you're doing in order to be selfish. Sounds like your fault that my rent is going up because you want to. So basically what it sounds like is my rent is going up because Susie down the hall might not know how to pay her rent on time. How is that my fault? Also sounds like you're trying to get ahead on anything that might happen just because things have happened to you in the past. Sounds like you're treating being a landlord like being in bad relationships. I'm sorry, sir. That sounds like baggage. Exactly. And these are the improvements he's talking about. Let's add a little welcome mat, a little tape.
Congratulations.
Let's increase the rent. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So you're not really doing anything super significant. You're not adding a jacuzzi in my bathroom. You're not doing anything super fantastic that would make sense for you to go ahead and increase my rent by $300 to $500 just because you want to cover your own behind doesn't mean that I need to be on the other end paying for it. I mean, somebody might want to because they don't know any better, but I've been living here. I know what it's like. You're not gonna get me. So I don't understand what we're supposed to really do. I don't know. Also, at some point, they're going to be asking us for money we don't have. Like, you want mortgages to increase. I'm sorry, I signed a fixed rate. I don't understand why you think that I'm just supposed to come up with this random money that you want. Okay, yeah, you want the money, but where am I supposed to get it? My pay hasn't increased. Like, I'm just saying, as a whole, our pay hasn't increased. So I don't know where they think this fictitious money is supposed to come from. It's falling from the sky. It's not the Federal Reserve. We know that. We found that out this week. But, all right. So this is going to be the last video that I put in this compilation because I thought that it was a very, very interesting way to showcase what's going on.
Buying your first house. Here's your packet.
Okay, perfect. So my payment for the next at least 12 months is going to be $21.50.
Yeah, it's $21.49, but you can round up.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So here's your escrow analysis for the last year. You do have a shortage of $5,212.
I'm sorry, shortage?
What do you mean a shortage of $5,212?
It means you paid that amount under what you were supposed to pay last year.
Under? Yeah.
Do you remember when I was here last year and I asked you if my payment was $21.49?
Yes, of course I remember. That's the amount that you were supposed to be paying.
So what's the problem?
So you gave me the wrong amount to pay per month?
Yeah.
Nope. $21.50 was the correct amount, and that's the amount that you should have been paying.
Okay. But
Okay, so you told me $21.49. I paid $21.49. And now you're telling me that I'm short $5,000.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
I need you to explain it because I just asked you if you told me the wrong amount.
We need you to explain it. Please explain it to us. We need this.
You said no.
But I didn't give you the wrong amount. I gave you the right amount.
How?
$21.49.
So you told me pay $21.50. I paid $21.50.
Yeah.
You're telling me even now that that's the correct amount that I was supposed to be paying last year, but somehow I have a shortage of $5,000. So I should have been paying more per month than the $21.50 that you told me.
It's like you're finally getting it.
Why didn't you tell me that I was supposed to be paying more than $21.50?
Because $21.50 is the amount that you're supposed to be paying.
Girl.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
Okay, so what can I do about this? Because I can't pay $5,000 just in the blink of an eye like that.
Understandable. If you can't pay by April 1st, then your monthly payment will just go up to $2,900.
April 1st?
So if I don't pay the $5,000 by April 1st, my monthly payment goes from $2,150 to $2,900?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Again, you're getting it.
Not you're getting it. Okay. So, and see, this is where we're just going to go ahead and let you guys comment down below and let me know. Have you experienced this? What do you think about all of this that's going on? I personally am not a homeowner yet. I was looking into purchasing my first home a couple of months ago, went through the approval process, and they showed me what my monthly payment would be for something that was what I would consider just a decent home, like, you know, nothing crazy. And I was like, oh, you think I'm rich? Okay. So, yeah, right now, and that's like, I have an amazing credit score. So I don't understand what's going on, and I would love for you to comment down below. I'm going to do more videos like this. I have so many more planned for you, and yeah, just let me know below what you think about all of this craziness that's going on in the world right now, because I don't know what we're gonna do if they just continue to increase mortgages and rent and not wages. What are we supposed to do? So comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.